Hello and welcome back to a personal code of conduct. It is 27 minutes to the new year, and I do not give a fuck about going to church. And I have been able to stand my ground this today by just not bringing church clothes. Standing my ground, it's my sibling who is equally sort of agnostic but lives in a society where she's expected to be a performative Christian and has married into a family where they are aggressive Christians. Okay, maybe like mid-tier Christians. I'd give it, yeah, like I give it like a B-tier Christian. Like they're still A and S, but they're like B-tier. Then my family is like agnostic Christianity. Like give us F tier, but we're definitely okay. Maybe E tier, definitely not F tier. We're not all fuck all into depravity. Like our lack of religiousness has nothing to do with a lack of morality. If anything, I think we're more moral than most. We just rank very low on the religious scale. You can see I'm loud and talking on this random shot. I wonder if the tenants can hear me loud on this random stuff because I'm like alone in the house. So sorry for last week. This week is not going to be any better because I'm not in my house and I am not recording this on a Sunday. As you can see, I'm recording this on a Saturday. And I'm like, fuck, because I won't have the opportunity to record this on a Sunday. And it's like, no, why? Why can't I record this on a Sunday? I think I have a lot to, because this is one of those like nonsense resolution days, but like I feel I'm actually, I had a debate with myself, like, am I entering a new season? Because I did feel like this whole year was a phase of my life. Like I did like go through self, become a different person, talk about my emotions, talk about like struggles at work, dealing with people. And I think all in all I kind of have lost my social edge. But I've also made peace with the fact that nobody's going to beat me for following up. And I think I've been doing like actively doing better work in following up with people and not just giving up because it's annoying and shit. So the end goal for 2023 is I still have the fantasy of drawing. There's always going to be the fantasy of drawing. But the end goal for 2023 is to do quantitative analysis and make it big in the Nigerian stock market. I know I'm being ridiculous, but like that's the dream. That is the goal. Or to have like a large enough comprehensive strategy test and back testing portfolio that I can apply to, I don't know, Baruch. Yeah, apply to Baruch for a master's. Why did you choose Baruch? The goal, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm good enough for like an Ivy. And they were like, okay, Dario should practice GRE. So what I need to do is practice GRE for either we're going with financial engineering as our major. Are we sticking with data science? The thing is, I always ask myself, like, do I want to continue in the financial sector? Like, maybe go into software, look at the answers provided by different data. Do I even care about finance? But the truth is, I don't care about anything. I have no purpose, which is something I do admire religious people for, because like religion gives a certain level of grounding. Like the whole concept of prayer allows you to be like, oh, this is a goal, this is something that seeps into my soul. Like, and it's like something from within that gives you the illusion that it's external, that something is bolstering you up, but no, you're just building into a foundation of delusion. Yeah. Have you noticed I'm agnostic already? But in that kind of situation, you calm yourself. You tell yourself that Jesus or Kali or Allah gives two fucks about you and is going to make everything peaceful so far you do certain things and you request for their help and be like, do this for me. And the thing is, and also I remember this one dude from NYC. I was like, religion does give you the drive. I know you'd be like, God doesn't want this for me. It gives you like a reason to not procrastinate, a reason to decide that, okay, I'm doing this because the external power wants me to do this, like in service of my external power. It's like a great motivation booster. But if you are attending to like find that truly from within, then first you have to have a reason to live beyond service of the greater power, and a reason to live is one thing, and how to live is often like what, and how you're supposed to live is often like a reflection of what your religion says you do after you die. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the whole Hindu thing becoming one with a tam, or is it a tomb, or like the Shah one great soul, is like the awesomest thing that could possibly happen if like we're like, oh yeah, which of the mythologies do you want to be true? The Hindu one, like the one that like okay, obviously reincarnating as like a chicken, it would be fucked up and like maybe a horrible 9 months of hell. Life is suffering, but like I separate that and to just become a piece of a vast consciousness that one day awaken. That'd be cool as fuck. Be one with everybody on the hive and it'd be like, oh yeah, like, then like if I typed any of this shit, it wouldn't have been 5 minutes, so it'd be like 2 fucking minutes. As usual, like a lot, I poured my heart into that recording and it ended up being like 2 fucking minutes. Like why? But like I don't know. We're entering the new year, starting. What are your goals, Dio? The thing, I feel like I often make decisions based on my age, but because my age is so close to the new year, it's like that is making new year resolutions. I want to like see, because I one time I random and I listened to like what I wanted for last year. I didn't achieve any of that, but like um yeah, I didn't achieve any of that. That's sad. But some people did. Like they wanted something, so they went for it. I'm like, yeah. So the long term goal is to be 100% remote, yet maintaining the ability to be confident in dealing with face to face transactions, following up efficiently. I want to be properly tax based and said, okay, this is what I want to achieve, this is what I'm going to research, this is how I'm going to find volatile stocks, look for a matter in which you're like, I just want to profit every week, preferably. That's like for the most volatile. And then every month as your biggest profit sizing grows. And we're like, oh yeah, we made 200% this month. Running a portfolio, one based on CBF, expected movements, deciding, okay, this is how the investment managers are doing it, this is what they choose to like run their portfolio based on, their mutual fund based on. So like I should look at like how they choose to manage their stocks and make their decision, do it by do it this, do a recommendation and backtest profitability on the basis of and backtest profitability on the basis of their recommendations. I need to get good at backtesting shit. I want stability. Maybe I should have like 100,000 CBF portfolio, and 100,000 CBF portfolio gets the percentages, get the units, and replicate what is there, and see how that portfolio has changed. Like you see, like the biggest bang for your buck for that portfolio, and just be selling at different points. Maybe we'll do that like 100k. I'm like 100k of it, then we'll have like an Excel sheet. I'm like, okay, this is what we're moving around. A Saturday day. Like I'm already imagining the fantasy stuff, and I'm not actually putting in the work, but I'm terrified for next year. What is going to be my task? I don't want to be staying late till like 8 p.m. in a random organization that really doesn't give two shits about me. Well, nobody gives two shits about anybody. I just want money and I need to get serious about doing that. The goal is to make a very good amount of money and you'll be like, oh, I don't need to work, and that's fine. And using time to create things that are interesting and maybe like have enough money to actually properly pay an art teacher. And because I feel like with things like craft and art, I'll have to be corrected several times. It's not like math that just like has always come to me naturally, and I'm always like very easy. It's very easy for me to decide to study. Okay, not always very easy. I can be very fucking stupid, and I think I want to learn math again from the beginning to the end. But I have zero interest in anything, and I just prefer to consume content I did not create. The ability to create is dying slowly within me. Ah, fuck. I want stability. I think that's what I want most. I remember the fantasies I had like last year. I was so excited to be like, hey, like I'm going to ask this person out. I'm going to like work with this person, create a structure with this person, have somebody to motivate me, want to motivate that person towards success. And when the time where I expected I'd be stable enough for that, I did not feel stable. I was feeling uncertain, scared, terrified. Everything felt pointless. And at that point, like I was so stuck in my head that like I didn't eventually like the person anymore. But I have different like ideas of like profitability, I just want to I want to feel financially stable. And I think the goal is by this time next year I should have written my 1 month notice. Fuck, no good. But not because and be like, oh, okay, yeah, you have made enough money. I think I want to cash out big. But like, I should go and study. Like, you're young, don't waste. Go and study a master's, become a quant. But the thing is, I don't want to. The reason why I'm so obsessed with quants, like, I think I'd be so much better as a management consultant. And that means I am good at management consultant type things and deciding, okay, look, oh my god, I can't believe, did I pause it? Did I do anything? Oh my god, I don't know whether that stopped. Because I have been talking, I didn't know the recording had stopped. Ugh. But like the satisfaction of like building a home, building this, I don't know what people think they want. The thing is, I don't want anything. But okay, the thing I desire right now, I'm going to write a list, is to run. To lift 3 times a week, upper body, lower body, full body. To run 3 times a week and to do yoga once a week. Stretching and yoga once a week. So that's 7 days of movement. Or should I run twice a week and do yoga twice a week? So I can run to my satisfaction. So what are the things I want? I want the running and band. The goal is to hit 55 kg by the end of the year. I don't know if I feel like that would be healthy for me. I don't want to have a number goal. I don't know if ours would be healthy for me, but I want to feel airy and light. And I don't feel like that. And I feel like once I feel airy and light, which should be around like 58, I have 10 kgs to lose. And I want to stop feeling hungry all the fucking damn time. And I want to be able to eat like smaller quantities at a time. Okay, eat small. Then not find like the whole session of settling down to eat a chore. And I'm like, okay, let's have this done once. You can't do it once, you'd be hungry. Or I don't know, just drink your giant bottle of water. Will that help? Snacks, we're going to get fruits. But fruits are so juicy and messy. But I need a weighing scale. And I'm going to chart Dio's weight movements for every certain point. Note if I pooped, not pooped. And the weight measurements will happen every week, every freaking Sunday. The thing is, I want to do the things I say I want to do. I started like a Power BI course, but I was like, oh no, it's saturated. But like maybe I should do like Power BI quickies. But then again, you need to know how to edit video and be like, oh, like look at this cool thing I can do in Power BI. But then again, why do you want to see it through? How is this going to help? I don't know. But when we get back to our personal space, we're going to write a list of things we want to buy and why we want to buy them. We're going to write a list of goals. By the end of 2024, maximum, I want to make it end of 2023. I just work towards a Master of Financial Engineering, look for the best MFE programs, and work towards that. Work towards not having to struggle in a developed country and being able to afford a wealthy city if you go and study in that country. I don't want roommates. Yeah, work towards being able to be in a wealthy country and not having to have roommates. I don't know, man. Work towards paying tuition outright. What's $30,000 in there? That's like let's just think of $775,000. $775,000. That's 775,000 naira. That's like 775 is a dollar. So $10,000 is 7.7 million. Fuck, that's like 30 million in education. Fuck. Wow. That's a house. That's a whole ass house. Like, yeah, that is a house. That's a really nice house. That's a proper, well done house. I don't know. I'm not going to be forced to go to church. I think what annoys me in a lot of people that are like, oh, how would you go to church or whatever? You don't want to go to church either. You press your phone throughout service. You don't want to be here, but you feel like as the head of a household, as a family man, as a this, as a that, you should be in church. And that's something I want to be able to understand. Okay, this is the time and place to be considerate. And I have done that in the past 2 weeks. But sometimes decide to be hard-headed. But it's unfortunate having to be like two-faced when like you have no power here and you're like not hard-headed and you try to exist. I don't know, it's 15 minutes to the new year. And I remember like when we started making the decision not to go to like crossover nights because my mother was sick of it. It's like that's what eventually happens when you're like basically agnostic and you get older and your children are older. You can't keep up the whole you go to church for the sake of the children vibes. And I used to get terrified that I'd get dragged to hell. Okay, probably like now that I mention it, but like, and something horrible would happen and I wouldn't be there because like I couldn't be saved because I didn't go to church. I don't know. SS Susa Dio that like ran up or walked up to the stage hoping to be filled with something and there was no feeling. I was like, yeah, like you never really did the whole give your life to Christ thing. Like, let's do that. And you tried as much to feel something and it didn't happen. And you made peace with that. But you were so cute and childish. I remember like seeking advice about like somebody else's situation. I was like, because I wanted to reach out to the girl and everybody was just like, I'm the one who's having sex capades. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm basically 25. I'm 7 days. I'm 6 days to 25 and 6 days and 15 minutes to 25 and there will be no sex appeals for Dario because like Dario doesn't want to make herself ready to be presentable to be considered for a sex capade because like it'd be too much work. That's the reason why I want to be rich because I feel like the security in a sex capade because they're like, oh, okay, in the event that you find yourself kind of like pregnant, that kind of rubbish, and the father isn't there and whatever, you don't have to get married because you have a ton of money. I don't know. Or you could just fly to like the Netherlands or something for an abortion or something. You just like, ooh, I am going to this rich country. Why? Because I'm going to terminate a pregnancy. This is why you should have money. I remember this is like harkens back to don't have sex in Nigeria if you're broke. Sex is not for broke people. Or for people like, I don't know. I'm just very paranoid about like being with somebody who does like people things It's terrifying because people who do people things are terrifying. Being a person is a very, very terrifying thing. I don't know. Says me going on the internet. I'm so glad this thing is like very unpopular, and I'm so glad nobody in the list of people I send this stuff to actually opens it. I think I don't know because it's usually like discover or whatever. I should start sending the Spotify links instead of the Anchor links. Well, only they send Spotify links. I don't know. Tired. I'm scared. I'm terrified that I'm just an inadequate adult. But I feel like I want to see how I'm going to change. Well, like I'm 25 to 26 and be like, ooh, decision making prefrontal cortex. Maybe I'll stop being a procrastinating lazy ass bitch. Maybe. Ah, fuck, I'm starting to develop acne. I hate not having my shit together. I'm maybe you get a whiteboard. Getting a whiteboard. I'd be like, Darius plan for the week. But where will I hang it in a room? I don't want a small screen. I want like physical steps and I'd write it on paper. I should go and get like one of those long higher education notebooks and like be changing what it is on the week and get a folder that you put, okay, this is what I wanted this week. Have I achieved it? How did it go? How was it? Tick, tick, tick. Mark, mark, mark. You need like skinny markers. You need markers. You need do you want to use Biro? Write down the list, but you need like proper running band. Because you can't run without music. And you need like one ear to like get to Unilag. And you get to Unilag, you run. And you have dinner. I need a reason to live. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to add anything. But if I don't end up adding anything, Dara is terrified to be alive. Dara is terrified to die. And it has been a personal code of conduct. Have a wonderful new year. I was wondering if I'd have another opportunity to properly finish this thing, even though I've already said and it has been a personal code of conduct and all that rubbish. They came back from church and I had the you need Jesus. But the thing is that the way they described it, that's the reason why I gave them like BTS Christians. The way they described it was less about going to hell and more about finding like purpose and stability and looking for like an edge, because religion gives you that sense of you have an edge, you have a structure, you have somebody who gives a fuck about you. And I'm like, oh, everybody who advances in their career, they have like one supernatural power and find things. This is why I also give them like BTS Christians. It's like they weren't against like other people's religions. Like they were always like the conversation of why didn't you go to watch night? It was like somebody needs to find something that works for them, that grants them peace, that they feel will answer their prayer. But I was washing dishes and I realized what makes me like fundamentally against like church going, even though I'm probably going to break and conform to society or just die, I don't know. But like one thing that was like, am I going to say that everybody else in worse situations is not loved by the Lord or they didn't do enough? There are many religious people who devote their life to something, and am I just going to say they're not loved? Or the people that have so much more than me, am I going to say that they are special? Maybe because I'm thinking about like happiness in materialistic things. But my basic idea of like some level of happiness is like there is no form of malnutrition, not in the slightest. There's zero form of malnutrition. The child is well. Like, but then again, we have like a lot of malnutrition, and our average height is like 5'4", 5'5", 5'4", which is like fucked up. Because I don't know. And also, like, are they
and that's the reason why I also am glad that they're BTS Christians, because they also don't accept or ascribe to the whole everybody in all our generation pre the advent of like British missionaries is going to hell. so that's fine. I don't know, man. I'm tired as hell. Jeez. But I'm really serious when I think maybe I just want to like do new art, go on Canva and do new art for my podcast. But, like, I think I'm going to stick to it because like last year, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like a new era. I feel this was an era, and I was able to like properly, I wouldn't say properly experience adulthood. Like I was able to go to your work consistently, try different things about like how to relate to people. And maybe I feel like I'm going to be pushed into an even more uncomfortable situation as like city arrangements, and I'll have to actively be forced to participate with people and all that rubbish. But now it's like, okay, we'll be fine. We will be fine. I don't know, man. But it's a new era. An era of Dio being more organized and following schedules and not just quitting everything to consume content that I'm not actually particularly interested in. You're just trying to while away time because looking at reality is just misery. I don't know, man. But it's a new era. The era of hopefully structured diary. Because I feel this era was the era of Dio pouring out emotion. And when I started my podcast, it was the era of Dio attempting to give reasonable advice. Who the fuck did I think I was? But I feel maybe this era I'll talk about like properly achieving the things, then reading different things and be like, okay, this is how I'm going to act, or this is a new book I read and this is the new character I want to embody. And I'm thinking maybe I should use my free time in the office to write fan fiction. I don't want to write on Wattpad, but just AOC, just write an original work. I was going to write something on a space station, but then again, I don't know anything about space stations and I'm irresponsible about world building. Oh well, I'm very talentless. I think the year of finding a talent, this era was the year of finding stability, and she did get those things, but it didn't make her feel stable. And now that she knows that is not the thing that is going to make her feel stable, then she's trying something new. This year, I can't believe, maybe I'll be making, even though I started my podcast in October, maybe like January's are like my new eras. But then again, this is the upcoming era, is the era of money, is the era of the money hunt. Yeah. Has been a personal code of conduct, have a productive year or something. Bye.